Shorty blinded my dreadlock in the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just get...
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Seattle Seahawks. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Try and start this drive in the air. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Cut! 180! Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Shut!
And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Out of the gun. Gone. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Hold on.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Gone. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point up and good by Bullock, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Randy Bullock set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously, the players and coaches. There's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win, and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win, and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now. Win the game.
So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
On first down, gone. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tony Pollard with another touchdown, number 24 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming, check in. I got it. Mike 28, I'm on.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Mike 28, hey, pick your game up. Check. Go. Shoot out in the back.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness, one cut and he goes, that's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Let's go. Team on it. Team on it. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Back two, Mike. Back two. Mike, back two. Don't get nervous. Where'd he go? Check that. Check that. What, Mike?
Second and 14. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait until the season's over. But he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. That's pulled in at the 32. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. After the run, Goff going to throw. He's going to sling this deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go!
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Gordon. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now an open man, that's the tight end Gesicki. It's complete, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
First down, New Orleans.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Here's Gordon. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Raheem Mostert, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Bullock good on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
At the 42-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They wound up getting nothing out of that second down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10.
Number 28, Mike, he's coming, check him. That's not good. Check 26, check 26.
They'll set up to throw. Gets it to Gordon. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. Couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a play fake, and it's gone. He'll find Metcalf. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Here's Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Give him 4 yards there, and that should be the final play of this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17, as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan showing you.
Play action. It's gone. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Now Gordon. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go, D. 5-2, the Mike. Mike 5-2. I'm coming after you. I'm coming. Watch the safety creep. Watch out, watch out.
They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
He can run for it, and he will. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Pollard again. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Goff on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Look, 180. Hey, let's get that ball. Value 3, value 3. He's checking. Hey, let's go. Go, Brown. Brown. Hey, Haywood.
Goff on 1st down. A little juke. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but it'll be 2nd down.
2nd down and 10.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Mike's 50.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. The kick by Lutz is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Check, check, check.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They're running here with Gordon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
All day, dog. Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Value 1. Get 1. 5.
Following the fumble recovery. Gone. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Let's get it together, deep. Chester. Maverick. See it. Check. Lucky. 5. Kill. Hey, lift.
Here's Goff. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The end result, 21 yards. Now Goff. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Super one.
On second down, it's Pollard. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
It's 3rd and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
12. 50's the Mike. 50's the Mike. All day, baby, all day. Mike's 50. Hey, Foxtrot. Check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike.
And the blitz does come. Escapes this, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10.
I'm going back to you.
He's back to throw. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
A gain of 14. And the Saints first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Seahawks, a final win means they will finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-4. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Saints, we'll have to see what happens as they're going to finish the year 10-6. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm